So it's Monday morning, I'm on the way to the student job, so I've got to take one of the tippers to get the tracking aligned. Yeah, last week was a good week for work, and then obviously what's happened with Simo, and obviously getting in touch with his kids again. You know, when I set this channel up, it was to document the yard, and I never in my wildest dreams thought that what's happened now would come from obviously social media, from doing the channel. And there's a lot of negatives that come with social media, so it's nice when, you know, one of the positives comes around, and, you know, some good comes from what we're doing. And we're starting to get a few comments and stuff off people saying, you know, they're enjoying it, and, you know, it's showing them stuff that they didn't know, which is good. Here he is.
Oh, Sammy. I feel well, so.
You're not well?
No.
Would you want to come in or not?
Not really. I'm not well at all, you know.
Well, stay around then.
And I've got much out. Got about 50 odd quid out. And no more money. It went on there, nothing.
You have got money on it?
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know the pin.
I think you can. I've tried ringing you. You don't answer your phone.
I don't know.
Because I knew that. I thought you didn't have the pin, so I thought,
I might have left my phone in the drawer.
Have you got it now?
I've got one of my bags here.
Yeah, let me get it for you now. So I'm down at the yard, and every time we're here, we get people asking, you know, what's it going to be, what's going on, you know, what you're doing there, stuff like that. So we've done the banner and we've got it back up, so next time I'm here, people will be like, oh, what's going on? It'll be, won't have to say, and they can follow it on YouTube and see how we're getting on. You won't believe this, but they've pushed the water pipe through the Alecki pipe and not the water one. So they must have known that. So they've come, connected all that up and pushed it through the wrong bloody hole. Tuesday morning, and I'm on the way to student jobs now. So the plan today is to go to the student job, take the rubbish tipper to Western job, take the scaffold tipper from the Western job to the student job. We're gonna empty the scaffold off the tipper. We're gonna strip the roof at the back of the job, put the tiles on the tipper, take them to the yard to tip, come back. We're gonna set the scaffold up at the back of the house. We're gonna take the rest of the roof joist out and build the dormer, and hopefully, let's see if we can do it. Obviously strip the roof, build the dormer and board it. I mean, if we can do that today, that'd be good. That'd be a good value for money day. One of the other student jobs, we fiberglassed the roof before Christmas, and we need to get up there and do a second coat, but it's been soaking every day, so we haven't had a chance to do it. And then now it's dry, it's actually, you know, doesn't go above 5 degrees today, so we can't actually fiberglass. So we choose to fiberglass these roofs because we do an upstand for the flat roof window. Now if we didn't do that, I'd EPDM them, because literally you know, as soon as you board the roof, you can just roll the EPDM out, glue it down, and it's done. You can walk on it. Whereas with the fiberglass, you've got to obviously have the right temperatures. Can't rain. If you fiberglass it and it rains, that can obviously affect the curing process. But fiberglass is good when you've got all these upstands and kinks and stuff in the roof. It's good because obviously you're just making like a whole plastic roof in that shape. So whatever shape it is, it's easy to do with the EPDM. I know you can cut the corners and put it, but it's a bit more of a skilled job, and I feel like it's more likely to leak than the fiberglass. The other one, felt, we don't really do much felt. I don't know if it's because it's like a taboo, like, oh, felt roof, oh, it must be crap. But yeah, it's something that we do the odd bit, but I'll probably hold my hands up and say I'm not the best at felting, because we don't really do any of it. It's cold, but everything's relative. Peter, who's gone back to Poland, he just sent me a text this morning laughing, saying, "You think it's cold in Liverpool?" And he's stood there, it's -17. You know it's cold when the inside of the window's frozen. It's like it's snowing in here. Yeah, look, eh? Because every time we get a video, someone's not got the seatbelt on. A sign I never thought I'd have to buy. See so many of these, and like they start off like this, look. And like, you know, before long. Hey, look at this, look how thick this one is. Like, how is that grew out? How is there as much nutrients in a wall for that to grow out?
Oh, there is? Wow. He's got bacon arms.
I've never seen you so happy.
How fuming you are.
Hey!
Andy had to dig deep for his £3 coffees.
Look.
Furious. That one as well. Thank you very much, Andrew. Thank you. I mean that.
The only reason I've done it is because he's all agreed to stay tonight until it's done.
Ooh, I don't remember that bit. I don't remember that bit.
Hey, he's all agreed to stay tonight until it's done, didn't you? And all it cost me was £3 butties.
I don't remember saying
that. £3 and you just stay until this dorm is built. You got to do it for the YouTube now, lad. You know. Hey, you made a statement on YouTube. I've got it on video.
I said, Josh saying it. Maybe you said £50. I never agreed to it.
Who wants to talk us through what we're doing here then? Carl, you still confident we're going to build a dorm in a day?
Today we're ripping all the roof off, get all that straight down, get it all cleared, and then gonna shield our back wall, and then put our joists in, try and OSB it.
So really, all we're doing, is a stud wall and some joists.
When you put it like that,
Yeah. Get it, don't drop it.
I'm on a shopping, I'll just lose everything.
Ah, fucking hell.
Oh, swearing.
Fuck! Ah! Fuck!
Swearing again. I've given up now. I've stopped bleeping them now. I've just said it's not for kids. Who was a doubter then? I reckon we'll easy get this boarded by the end of the day.
320.
I'm gonna go and get the fiberglass, just in case. I'm gonna go and get it just in case. There's no way it's gonna rain today, is there?
No, not even a 5.
Jack, have you bought your pin shoes for the fiberglass?
Yeah. I've got them in my back pocket. I've got them in that big wagon outside with everything else I need for the job. Let's go now.
It's £10 a day to borrow my tools, you know.
Ready, Carl?
Hey, don't panic, Jack.
Is this
Stop panicking. You've only got to measure.
what?
Measure from the left side internally.
So measure from the right side to the other side.
That's your left side with your facing that.
So this one over to there.
Yeah, if you want.
Hey, try not to fuck this stormer up. Come on.
So what way are we going? From here to there.
Just do my engine.
365.
21 seconds to do 12 nails. Come on then. Yeah, you go to the next one. So you go. Oh, he's stalling. He's stalling. He's gone. His head's gone. His head's gone. He's blaming the tools. He's blaming the tools. Oh, he's got the wrong angle. Do you want the other angle? You get it?
Shall we get everyone's time?
Hey, Luce, Slacky's done one nail. Hey, quick with that. So the day's not over, but you turn the radio off. Copyright.
The day's not over, but we still threw a door up in a day.
Nearly. But so one of the things is obviously if we're doing a dormer, in the last video we spoke about why we use a steel. So anything over 4 meters would require a steel rather than timbers, because you've gone from a pitched roof to a flat roof where literally half the weight is right down on the walls. And obviously we've done here. No one's winning any prizes for brickwork here, but at least it's double skin and fireproofed and whatever. But obviously flying across. So we carry the 9x2s on. And does anyone know why we build? It's like a goalpost basically. So why have we got 2 9x2s at the top?
To support the 9x2 joist.
Yeah, but why don't we just build a stud and put a 4x2, like a stud wall, and just sit all the 9x2s on it?
The wider, but it's more support, isn't it?
Yeah, so it takes, obviously spreads the load, because what can happen is anyone, if we do a goalpost there, you know, who's to say that in a goalpost, like a footy goal? So see the crossbar? See the cross?
Is that a goalpost?
That's a
crossbar.
No, so it's a goalpost, so obviously you've got one there, and then you've got obviously 2 9x2s across the whole thing. So if we wanted to, we could take all those studs out.
Yeah.
And that would still be fine. So obviously we do that to spread the weight, because like obviously it only takes, if one of those studs were to somehow get a leak and rot and finger, that one joist then that was on that would drop down. But also, you know, you don't know in the future, someone might come and go, I want to make that window bigger. Yeah. What else on building a dormer then? So same scenario, obviously we've got the joist hangers, which keeps lateral restraint, which is nailed into the next, the pitched roof. Yeah. And then we've also put, obviously, noggins from the steel up to the ridge. So that's all tied in together, which is good. OSB, why did we put OSB board on?
To sheet it, to like give it more strength.
Yeah, so did you see before when we had that up?
Yeah, it was wobbly.
Did you see that up when we had that up before? And obviously we had that. And if you did it all in 4x2, yeah, but it stops again any sideways movement. So we do thingy. What have we got to do on this side, because they've got a dormer next door? So no, like, what could happen there if, in terms of fire regs, what's the risk of their roof catching fire and coming into ours?
0.
Well, not 0, but it's less likely, yeah. Whereas obviously if they've got a dormer, so that's a room, that's another potential fire risk. So the regs change when, yeah, we have to fireboard that side up to 2 meters across. Well, if we're doing that, we might as well do it all. But yeah, that's one thing that when there's already one there, we've got to protect against them, us setting theirs on fire, and they're setting ours on fire. Well, they won't, because looking at, so how can you tell how old this dormer is? Yeah, so you can't do plastic cladding like that anymore.
Can't you know?
Well, that's a fire risk, isn't it? So see, like the Grenfell. Yeah. So ever since that, you can't have PVC cladding that obviously catches fire and gives off.
Something new there today, anyway.
Yeah, there's something new.
Yeah.
How come we never do, like, I have wondered though, why do we tile them with loads of little tiles instead of getting like a big, you know, you can get like
tin.
No, not, oh yeah, you can get like aluminium.
Metal, yeah.
Metal ones, or like you can get like cement board stuff.
Okay.
It's like,
so you know when we use a plasterboard,
yeah,
normal plasterboard, if you how long does that give you fire protection? 30 minutes. Pink one, fireboard, an hour. How long do concrete tiles give you?
2.
No, so I think I'll have to check on this. No, I think it's a fit. They're a form of fire protection, even though you've got to have a protection between that and the batten. But from outside there, coming in, if there's a fire,
Gets you the back.
if there's a fire hitting tiles, it's like it gives you that fire protection.
So this is like a safe from like meteors and stuff like that.
So there's a couple of reasons. That's one of them, and then the other one is permitted development. Part of the laws of permitted development is that you've got to use the same materials as the original roof. So this is a roof extension.
Yeah.
So we're extending the roof, so the tiles have got to be the same as the house. So that's
You don't use them concrete ones, do you?
that's the other reason.
You don't use them concrete ones, though, do you?
Yeah, we'll still use concrete interlocking tiles. Yeah.
They're only like little ones, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's some sort of like leeway between what's
Yeah.
and it's not the original house. It's the house as and when you bought it.
Yeah.
So I had this on my house where I rendered my house and a Pebble Dash rendered it, but they said that the colour was different to the original house. But I said, well, what I did was I rendered the original house, like sprayed it with the colour,
Yeah.
and then I did the extension, and they said, okay, that's fine. Whereas if I did the extension and then the house, I'd have to change it. But once you've gone through the bit, you know the order of stuff. So when we did it, we'll take a photo of the original house and then we'll render the extension. But yeah, it is obviously Jordan did it on some of the student ones where he's built an extension and rendered it, and they flagged it and said, well, the original house is brick and you've built a rendered extension, so you've now got to change that to brick.
That is mad.
What else do you think people would want to know on building a dormer?
How
It's
much
light
would it
work.
cost for like if they were to do it in their house? Like if somebody...
What's this cost materials?
No. So like if they were to get you in for a flat, I know you don't do we don't do outside work, but like if they were to get us in and like build them a dormer in a day, how much do you reckon it would cost them? Like materials, labour, getting rid of everything.
Do you mean like what would other people charge, or what's the going rate for a dormer?
Yeah, or like what would you if you could put a price on this, you know, in your head, not how much it costs you, but like if someone asked you to do it, what would it take you to, like how much?
I get asked all the time, and I always say to people it's hard because no, I'll tell you one reason that makes it like really difficult to say, because I've had it before where my mates had a price for 60 grand.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like
60
that.
grand to do a dormer,
More than
and I was like, oh my god, like that's ridiculous. I was like, these probably cost us 15. Yeah,
Labour.
yeah,
Sound that.
about 15, maybe 15, 20. And but the biggest difference is we come in this house, we're lashing stuff down the stairs, we're passing timbers up, the house is open, we've got no stairs in the house, we can just, and we've got it's just everything's like, so imagine trying to do this, imagine trying to get a steel in, and like the people living in the house, and they're trying to,
Sorry, look, I've got to take this walk just to swing this.
You'd have to get it with a crane off the back or something, wouldn't you?
people do crane them in. Or no, what we do is splice them. So we'll splice them into two steels, sit them in the steel, and then bolt them in. Anything we put on and people would go, how'd you do that? Why have they done that? So why have you doubled up the...
I've doubled up, yeah, so if someone spills a bucket of water in the bedroom,
As you do.
it's not going to go under the skirting boards and react to the plasterboard and then start causing damp and moist and whatever else.
So where would it go? To go downstairs to the plasterboard below?
No, you just go and get your mop. Just give it a mop and just go.
So one of the other builders used to do this, and he did it so that you've got something to pin
For the skirting
for the skating boards, yeah.
That's a fix.
That's another way of doing it.
But I'm looking at it thinking that's annoying. Do you know why?
Just the cost.
Well, the cost, yeah. But you know, when it comes to electrics, plumbing,
Your drill.
you just made it like a slightly harder to do, like, you know, run pipes and that through.
Yeah.
But nah. Sound?
That'd be a sick room if we.
So guys, would you double it up or would you single it?
I'll
Put
edit
it
that.
in the comments.
Yeah, that's not coming in. That's not making the video. Sounds? I don't think I got any good drone footage. I'll have to check when I get in.
You'll have to do a little montage of like technical difficulties of the drone, just smashing into walls and that, like flying around.
The learning curve of it.
Yeah.
Like, what bloopers are you farting? One of the vans has this issue, and one of the other ones used to have it, where it just doesn't want to turn over, and you do enough times and it will. Whee! And we're off. So Lou, talk us through what we're doing now. So on this one we've got 2 running outlets, they're called, obviously the outlets to the downpipes. We do that to stop sort of pooling. So if you look at next door's one, obviously they've got obviously all the water in theirs, which is favoured on this side. So if they had the running outlet here, all this water would go. So we put 2 in just to help when it does absolutely lash down. You just know that you're getting rid of the water when you should be. So we'll put them in, and what we've done is we've got a 4 metre length of gutter, and we've spaced this running outlet to that running outlet at 4 metres, so that we haven't got a union. Because every one of these is a potential place where it can leak. So the less joins you can have, the better. So we've got that is the main run between the 2 running outlets. We've kept that as one piece of obviously gutter, and then from here to there we've just got a small piece which just takes obviously anything off the side, and the same the other end. So get this on, get the trims on, and we're going to get this fibreglass today. Ready, Carl? What have we done here, lad? We've done everything right, haven't we? We've got all the trims on, we've got everything set out, just getting ready to fibreglass, and literally like it's like tiny bit of spit, isn't it? And I just checked the app, and now it's saying that there might have a slight chance of rain for like the next half an hour. So Lou, why are we doing this now? What are we doing, and why are we doing it? So where have we got a bit of tape now? What? Where have we got tape?
Over the joint.
Every joint?
Yeah.
So similar to before we scrim and plaster?
Indeed.
This just strengthens it, and then we're going to put obviously more net over that, and then fibreglass that, and that's starting to go off, isn't it, that mix in the tub?
Yeah.
So we've mixed it quite strong because there's a threat of rain, so hopefully we can get this done before it rains. Like, we haven't had much luck with the other roofs.
We've done all the joins, like scrimmed it basically, rolled the actual bit out over it, and then obviously
The resin over the top.
yeah,
And then we need to get the bubble buster and roll over that when this is half done.
Yeah. So we can do that
Do
now.
that
but
now,
obviously
like-
we could do the pole and
Well,
do with someone else having £10 bloody shoes, but no one else wanted to buy them, did they?
the boss should buy them.
So we use this, and it's called a bubble buster, and this is the reason we use it for. So see where we obviously put the resin on and it's got a bit of a bubble behind it. We'll go over with this and it will obviously flatten it to the wood, make sure it's got a good connection or a good adhesion. Also, there's a bubble there, see that? So we'll, there you go, gone. So what's been allowing me to able to go on the roof while it's obviously wet is I've got, these are normally used for screening, but you can see they leave tiny little pinholes, which obviously when you come backwards on the resin you're rolling out anyway, so it just allows you to go over it while it's still wet. So that's what we want. So see how it's all completely clear. We don't want any white bits like we did on the last one. So yeah, happy with that. Let that go off and then we'll see about getting the top coat on it. And then we've got a roof window going here. It was said now.
Oh, here he is.
We said now, you know, we've done the roof, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, said, right, you can just go home now, everyone. And obviously get paid for the full day. Or you can obviously stay and like progress the job a bit more. What would you rather do? Is it?
It's fucking, it's not even 1 degrees.
We've been on the roof all morning.
Have they offered that every day? Did you take it?
No. You've never let us do that, ever. We should have been working for you.
6 years Louis worked for you.
4.
It's been 4 years.
I think once it happened, but we were so wet on the roof.
Yeah. But you'd jump at it, would you?
Yeah, you'd be daft not to. Anyone who says they wouldn't is lying.
So we're on the other student job now. Can you see the lads?
No, they're inside, aren't they?
I've just seen one of them then.
No,
Sure?
they're inside. We're on the first floor, aren't we?
So there's the other job. That's how close we are. But yeah, we had a bit of a nightmare with this one. So this is the one we done and it literally rained after it. So it didn't take, we had to leave it for a few days. Oh, it was before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before Christmas. And it finally dried off. So we come back and put another layer of resin on. So this is now ready for top coat. However, so you can see, I'll show you the difference in, so I don't know if you can see these little dimples. Yeah, you can. So in between these bits now is like little dimples where obviously it's still through to where the fiberglass mesh has took, but it's still got little dimples in. So the top coat will obviously go in between that and fill the gaps. Or we could put another layer of resin on, but I say this has had 1 layer of resin and then another layer. So hopefully now the top coat will take. It's just, we didn't have the spiky feet when we done this one and we were a bit rushed before Christmas to get it done. So there's a few bits like here, look, where it's like proud. We've got like little snotty bubbles and it's whether we sand them down and go over it. So wait, look at this one, Lou. So I think we're going to have to sand this down and redo it. Because if you look at that, look. If you look at that, that's an actual... So the reason... Oh, that's it. The reason, you know, we use the bubble buster is for this. So yeah, we're going to have to take that off and redo it. That's annoying, isn't it? Just when you thought... So see, that now is like always going to be a weak point where there's a bubble. And that one's rock hard, but obviously some of them. So we're going to have to go... Gonna have to come tomorrow, sand all this down and yeah, re-resin those bits and then top coat it. We'll eventually get this roof done. So in comparison, this roof to the other roof, you can see the difference. Obviously where that one's all white and this one's crystal clear, that's through to the wood, which means that it's like, you know, it's stuck to the wood, there's no gaps, there's no... So we're just waiting. This is, yeah, gone off. So obviously we done this a few hours ago. Now this whole roof is plastic, so same as how they do a boat, but obviously a boat I think they do like 3, 4, 5 layers of fiberglass and they spray it on, same with like bathtubs and stuff. But yeah, this is obviously how we do these roofs, and then we've got obviously a roof window going there. So what is this bit doing? What does the top coat do?
See what this bit's doing, mate, bringing our Ford egg quit.
Is this what like hardens it and makes it like robust?
No, but the colour in it has got like a UV protection.
So it doesn't like.
So it doesn't, it's less likely to crack.
That's mad.
And also makes it more aesthetically. But if you can get these bits, look, because this is what the top coat's meant to do. Fill in these little dots.
You know, the road.
Thursday after work, we just finished, and yeah, lads have all done well, but you know, I feel like I need to address some things that eat away at me, because I feel like I'm doing everything I can to, like, you know, give the lads a good chance to learn and, you know, earn more money and, you know, progress themselves. Like, we had 2 lads working with us, and obviously they wanted more money, and eventually got to the point where I said to them, look, you know, obviously just go on your own and set yourselves up. And what they'd learned on the job with us has like kept them in work, self-employed, which is good, you know what I mean? There's no like hard feelings about this thing. It's business. It's like, if it works for a year, 2, ideally you hire people and you have them for 20 years and everything's hunky-dory. However, in reality, things change, everything, you know, and this industry seems to be chaotic at times, and it's a bit of a revolving door, especially at the moment with the younger lads. But I say, one of the lads, he's gone away, worked on his own, and also had a few staff. So he's got used to the stresses and earning more money, and he's come back now because obviously that work's dried up. But all he's done is moan about money, and every chance he's had, he's pestering me to have more money. And today we had the door casings delivered, and he rang me and said, you know, would you be able to go on a price for the door casings? And I explained that, well, we don't do that as a company. If I did it for one, I'd have to do it for everyone, and it would just literally spiral out of control. And also, he wouldn't like the prices that I'd set, because I'd set them as if I'm doing the doors, and then he'd probably look at it and think, oh, I'm better off on a day rate. But obviously he wasn't happy with that, so then he's actually texted my mate who we're doing the house for and asked him. So he's gone above me to me mate. Well, I was actually on the phone to me mate talking about other houses, and he said, oh, I've just got a text here, and he's basically asking could he go on a price, and I was thinking, I've just told him no. And he's even asked to do a house on his own, which, you know, I applaud in some sense, that you want people to, you know, strive to better themselves and do more. However, like, he's not ready. If he was ready, I would give him a house. I would take one of the houses, and all the lads that come in, I say to them, eventually I want you to be running a job, which is what happened, which is what's happened with all the staff that we've had. You know, they progress, they learn, and they end up doing, obviously, earning more money. But there's a process, and you can't just skip loads of steps and go straight in. And also, these student jobs, you know, there's no big pot of money at the end. It's not like they cost, like, say 115 grand. You know, we don't do that, and at the end of it there's 25,000-30,000 pounds worth of profit in it for the company after finishing. Like, we literally, the reason we've been in work doing these students' houses for 6-7 years is because we're value for money, and it keeps everyone in work, and we keep ticking over, we keep getting better, and keep obviously trying to do the jobs quicker, easier, cheaper, the company logo. It's not what I need. And then I hope not, but he's probably going to come in tomorrow and be in a mood that he can't earn more money. So I said to him on the phone, I said, why do you want to be on a price? And he said, so we can earn more money. And I went, well, how are you going to earn more money? What, are you going to stay later and do more hours? And he said, no, we'll just work harder in the 8 hours that he's in. And I was like, so you're not working hard now? And it's like, you can't win. I understand if you're doing a domestic job on your own, you're pricing it, yeah, you can earn more money that way, but you go and do that and you've got to take on all the headaches that come with that. So there's a reason you get more money for those types of jobs, because one, you've got to go and price it. So you've got to go and take a few hours out your day, go and price the job, go home, sit there, type it all up, send it to the customer, and they go, no, someone else has come back £10 cheaper, and you go, oh, so you write them time off. But people don't include that in the wages when they say, oh yeah, I'm on X amount a day. And then also, we base everything off, I know what people earn. I've been doing this 13 years. I know what the industry pays and what it doesn't. And I'm telling you now, in Liverpool, we don't pay every single day of the year. We do not pay £200, £250, £300, £400 a day. I've been asked for £400 a day, and it's not sustainable. I cannot have everyone. I would love everyone to be on £400 a day, and that's over £1 million a year on wages. I would love to do that. However, we wouldn't have any work. So and then I also go back and I go, okay, let's have a look at the actual stats for the UK, and go, because they try and say, well, every joiner's on £250. Apparently every joiner in the UK is on £250, and I'm not talking self-employed, going out pricing work, paying your own insurances, paying your own van, paying your own diesel, all that. I'm talking you've got guaranteed work every single day. You come in at 8 and you clock off at 4:30, and you go home and you don't have any calls, you don't have any issues. Whereas yeah, I have lads coming in asking for private work wages all year round, and they want to go home and they want to finish early, they want to have long lunches, they want to do whatever they want. And now obviously I've got lads who want to do that and also price work when it suits them, whereas they've made mistakes on the jobs already and I'm paying them to fix it. That's how day rate works, which I think, if you ask me, day rate versus price, obviously as a company, day rate's better, because for us, so today we've been putting stud work up, then the next hour we done the resin on the roof, then we went back to stud work, then we done the top coat on one of the roofs, then we went to other bits, and it's you can't do all that if you're on a price. If you come in on a price, you might come in and do a few hours and then get off. Whereas, how we meant to get jobs done in we have a set time and a deadline of doing this. So it's the young lads. I don't know, I can't really put an age on it, where the median of the age, but at some point the world just went fucked and everyone's watching TikTok thinking that bricklayers, joiners, electricians, everyone's on £500-600 a day, and in reality they're not. But the last few weeks I've had to deal with that sort of every other day. Questions get brought up about money, so I say, well, if you're motivated by money, then I will motivate you by money. So I'll start fining you, I'll give you a reward if you do something above, and if you do something below, I'll fine you. And then eventually you go, well, hold on, we're better being on a day rate where we don't pay for our mistakes, but then if we have a good day where we get loads done, we don't get a bonus. It sort of balances out, which is, no rocket science to it. That is how a day rate balances out. I understand if you're a customer and you've got a day rate versus a price, and you get someone in on a day rate and they take 5 days to do what someone on a price would have done in a day. I get it, but I'm talking about normal people here. I'm not talking about people who take the mick or are just out to rob people. So I get a lot of time in between, you know, going from the job. I get a lot of time in the van to think about, obviously, the business, how things are going, and you're always trying to be a few steps ahead. But one thing I always think, you know, am I doing things right when it comes down to staff? So ideally we get people in and, you know, we get them in on, say, minimum wage, show them how to do everything, and every time they can do something, we up the wage. So the more they can offer for the company, the more they get paid. And I don't know, that's always been my sort of philosophy. But there's different personalities in this industry, and it's sometimes the best ones are obviously the people who come in, you show them, they pick it up straight away, and then they go from one bit to another, and they just quickly obviously go up and up in wage, and they're just doing loads for the company, and you think, yeah, obviously that's the most ideal. And then there's other ones who come in who are hard work, who have excuses, who do just everything, and it's like, I think to myself, you know, do I just keep hiring and firing like a revolving door until I find the right personality that picks up work and progresses? Because that's how I'd feel, that's how I've picked it up and I've been. Or, you know, am I being a bad person by doing that? And do I stick with people, give them more time, you know, give them more attention, and try and get them to obviously pick stuff up, which I feel like I have been doing. But it just literally gets to that crossroads of like, yeah, at what point, you know, enough. I've spoke to a lot of me ex-managers, because if you can manage an 18-man squad in football full time, you can do it. Obviously those skills transfer to what we're doing now, and I speak to managers and say, you know, at what point do you do this, what point do you do that? And then I speak to as many business owners, especially ones in this industry. So all the builders in this area, we all, like, you know, we're all in contact with each other, we all speak to each other, and I do ask them. I say, you know, look, what are your lads on? What hours do they work? How many breaks do they have? Like, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? Because what might work for one might not work for the other. But I'm always trying new stuff. So if one of my mates says, oh yeah, we do this, we do that, and I go, so, you know, does that wreak any benefits? Do you feel like that works? And they'd be like, yeah, or no to this. So one thing we tried was a 4-day week. So the lads come in and work 8 till 6 for 4 days, and obviously they have Friday off and they get paid for their hours. That didn't work. We tried not having a lunch, so obviously lads come in, just crack on, bring like a butty, whatever with them, but don't like physically stop working and, you know, just totally shut down, and then take another half an hour when you come back to like get going again. So we said, right, we'll come in at 8:30, leave early, and you're doing less hours, but we'll pay you for the full day, in the hope that by not stopping at lunch, the work carries on and more gets done. It's more productive. Tried that didn't work. We've tried a bonus. So at the moment, we'll have, it's just too easy at the minute for people to text me and be like, oh, I'm late. It's always someone else's fault. It's the bus's fault, it's the weather, it's the car, it's the, I don't know, everything you can think of. So we come up with a £10 bonus a day, so £50 a week if you came to work and you were in work for the hours that you're meant to be in work, and you didn't leave early for a dentist appointment, leave early to, like, I don't know, whatever. And that one worked. But then what happened was, obviously the cost of living, everything went up. So I just obviously said to lads, look, I'll keep you on the increase that you're on, but obviously we don't have to it's not a bonus, it's just obviously an increase in the wage. And to be honest, it's crept in again where people are coming in late, leaving early, different appointments. And I understand you've got to get stuff done, but it just gets to a point where, like, it's, you know, noticeable that not enough work getting done because too many people are off for various reasons. So it's a balance between how do you be a good boss and offer people everything they want without, you know, taking the mick. People want more money for doing the same amount of work is when it doesn't mathematically add up. So if anyone's got any ideas that we can try and implement, I'm all ears and we'll give them a go. Yeah, so on the student job now, and what we're going to do now is try and get this all watertight now. So we're going to brick up this chimney, repoint it so it's stronger, and then we're going to felt across here, and then we've got, what, 2 rows of tiles, nice and easy. And as you can see, we've put an upstand on the flat roof. There's like a bit of an upstand and a kick, and the reason we do that is obviously if it was just flat and we had the roof, like if it absolutely lashed it down, obviously there's a chance of water going that way. And then also when you have directional rain, where the rain comes like this way and we have the tile, sometimes obviously it can get under and splash under. So by doing this, it just means that, you know, we've at least got, what, 1 inch, 2 inches of water, which is already on a slope. But yeah, there's just no chance of water getting that way into the house. So you ready?
I'll just do it one sheet there, so just get that sheet to there. Ready? Yo! That's what you put in it? If you want a day off, you just text me and say I'm off today. You haven't been off. You've come in late, you've gone home early. Yeah, that's what I mean, I've not paid you for it. But the same thing is, if you hurt yourself, like I say, where do I draw the line? If you come in day one, yeah. Well, that's what I mean. So, but I'm telling you, like, obviously I can't pay for that because I only charge for work it's done. How? Do you know what? If you want to do that, go and do that. But what's 70 quid? Sorry, you want me to pay you 70 quid, but you haven't worked for 70 quid. So I'm saying, it's just saying, hey, what have you done? Have you done? No, hey, honestly, you haven't done thousands and thousands of pounds worth of work. You've done the work that you've been paid for. Carl, you're on more than the average joiner. So you're on more than the average joiner, and you're doing stuff wrong that is basic stuff. And I'm not docking you for it. But then, when it's the other way, you get off early because you dropped something on yourself, which is your fault. What happened then? Who put it in? You? Whose fault is it then? It's my fault. How was it I wasn't even here. Hey, everything's here to do what you want to do. Hey? It is. What's not here? Yeah. Wait, working hard is the bare minimum. If people don't work hard, you don't get a job. But working hard is the bare minimum, mate. How well? Mate, how can I not? How can I? You all know what? You don't give a shit about no one but yourself and money, lad. That's it. How do I give a shit about no one and money? Give someone a job, but it's all for yourself. How's it for me? What do I get? What do I get off managing you? I don't. Mate, so I'm on £10 more than you, and I'm doing all this, but all I care about is myself and money. How do you work that out?
If it's not worth it, £70, me going somewhere and just trying to claim it back because it's right. Like Jordan, I got a
What do you mean going somewhere to claim it back? If you want to go to a solicitor and try and sue me, fault.
Steel fell on me head.
But it hasn't.
Well, what about if it did? Whose fault would that be? Would that be my
So
fault?
if there's something, if something happens, you know what, that's down me, because literally you're just making me think that it's not worth doing all this. Like, it's not. So Carl, if you're not happy, mate, go and find one of these unicorn jobs that you think exist that don't, because I know they don't.
What's that? You not stuck that back on you?
No, so when we put the next one in, it'll balance it. But, so what have we done here, Lou? We've got the new tiles and the felt. So we've had to take because we've obviously disturbed this bit of roof, haven't we? We've had to take the felt off from the dormer and wrap it underneath so it goes over the original felt, so that it goes into the gutter. So let's just say if a tile on the dormer broke and we had rain coming in, it'd go down the felt and it'd come here, it'd go down, and into the, where we're going to put the gutter here with the fascias. So on this dormer, we've actually got, it's not square, so I don't know if you can see the tiles run out slightly, they get slightly longer here and short. They should get shorter here. Now, it's easy to say, well, like, hook the tiles on, and then where they overhang, cut them on the gutter. But you can't do that because you end up with, like, a bottom like that, where, you know, any animals or whatever can just fly in, and it looks weird when you look from below. So what you've got to do is you've got to obviously measure it, cut it off the top, and then obviously you've got the right finish at the bottom, and then all you do obviously is drill a new hole where the batten is, and obviously put a nail in it, and that way when you do it they'll all run in straight, square. Well, they look like they will even if they don't. So we've got obviously the health and safety bit here, and we've put goggles and a mask and earmuffs just so you're more likely to use them, because there's loads of time you grab something you think, oh, you know, I can't bother getting out, going the van, looking around the van. So if they're on here, you know, lads have got no excuse not to be using them.
It's Friday afternoon, home time. It's been a relatively good week, but a bit of a weird one. Simo's been off all week, hasn't been well, but he's been well enough to go the bookies and the pub and tell other people that I need labourers when we don't need labourers. So he's been giving my number out to people saying that I've got loads of jobs. But he hasn't been in work himself, so the last person who said, I said, yeah, tell Simo you can have his job if he doesn't come back in. But I had a little rant yesterday, and yeah, today we've had to let one of the joiners go, who just obviously fully believed that he was underpaid when actually he was on well above the average wage for a joiner, and didn't have a van, didn't have all the tools, was using some of my tools, and yeah, it feels like a bit of a weight off my shoulders, to be honest, because the last couple of weeks he's been sort of telling the other lads what they should be on and stuff, and talking about self-employed wages as if you're going to price jobs and all that. I can't even bother getting into it, but yeah, not nice. Like I say, you want to hire people and hope that they're there with you for as long as they want to, but it just got to the point where he did a week last week and finished early, went home, and I only paid him for the hours that he did, and he kicked off and threatened to sue me. Said the site wasn't safe and stuff, so I just said, look, I can't trust you to be on here, because I'm picturing you throwing yourself off a ladder now and recording it or something. So but yeah, a bit of a weight off my shoulders, to be honest, as I can't have someone going round sort of chatting in the ear of all the other staff saying, you know, Andy's making all this money and he's not giving it us, and wish that was the case, but unfortunately for me, it's not. Literally, I say in the last one, we priced these jobs fairly so that we're always in work, and then I try and make my money on my own projects, which are enough stress. So I don't need any added stress. And to make things worse, obviously, is, I call it a knee-jerk reaction, was to sort of threaten me and say, you know, he needs his money for this week in his bank within an hour or else, and some other stuff. But like I say, it's maybe a lesson for everyone. Never burn your bridges, because you never know what's around the corner. You don't know, we could rehire him next week, something could happen where, you know, things change, which we've done with other staff. We've, you know, staff have left, come back. I always feel like the ones who come back are better for it, because they've come back for a reason. Yeah, never burn your bridges and make threats, because literally I speak to all the builders all around here. We all know each other, we all chat to each other. If someone phones up and says, yeah, I've got a joiner here who's after a job, the first place they're going to go is, who did you work for? And they'll say, yeah. Or they'll ring and go, have you heard of this joiner? What's he like? And I'd be tempted to say, oh, you know, yeah, good, that didn't work for us, but give him a go. As soon as you start making threats, burning bridges, you're just making it hard for yourself. So yeah, lesson for everyone that it's a small world, small city, and it's even a smaller community when you're talking the building game. But always try and leave on a positive. So thanked him for his hard work and just said, look, you know, it hasn't worked out, I can't for X, Y and Z, but you know, never say never. We'll see what happens. I like to sort of reflect on the week, and maybe that's something I'm going to start finishing the episodes with. Sort of, I wanted to do it with the team, but there was only 3 of us left at the end of the day, and the other lads are on the other job. So, you know, how can we do things from what's happened this week? Looking back, what can we make? How can we make it quicker, better, cheaper? You know, safer, anything. You know. So this week, I'd say obviously the spiked shoes helped with the resin, so that was a good learning curve. A few of the younger lads and the new lads have sort of picked up more skills that they didn't have. So obviously the next house we do, again, there'll be others that I can rely on to do the stuff that I've showed them on this house. And obviously eventually we'll get to the point where I can just leave them to do it. And that's when obviously the wage goes up and you earn more money, because if I can leave someone to do a job, that's win-win. But that's it for this week. If you've enjoyed the episode, please subscribe. We need to get to 500 subscribers, and then YouTube will start paying us for ads, which will then go into the pot for the lads. So if you enjoy the videos, give us a like and a subscribe, and as always, let us know in the comments what you want to see more of, or if there's anything you think we can do better.